Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Nash Rathbone here once again. Today I'm going to be taking a look at this Sanrenmu S721 that was kindly sent in to me by GearBest. Thank you very much, GearBest. Right, so what we've got here is another fixed blade knife from Sanrenmu. Just check this out, very nice indeed. I have seen it on the SRM website called the Chameleon. I think we can see why it's called a chameleon. We have a little chameleon's head on the end of the handle. Very nice. Alrighty then, let's take a closer look at it then, shall we? Right then, so the blade, well, I like the blade, it's a very nice design indeed. We have a nice wedge running along the top of the blade here. Quite a considerable belly, and yes, it's a very sharp blade, so I'm going to have to watch out here. Yeah, the point is nice and sharp too. It's a nice flat grind, as you can see. Nice grind lines in there as well. There's the SRM logo here. And we have a rather nice black wash here. And that goes throughout the whole tang. As you can see, right to the end here, look. Quite nice, is that? I like that a lot actually. G10 scales, very nice indeed, as you can see. Nicely machined. Very interestingly machined too, allowing you some quite nice grip of the knife as well. Well, we've got some jimping on the top of the blade here, and some jimping on the back of the handle there, and just here too, sort of followed along very nicely here as well at the back of the handle as well, guys. That's a nice touch. On this side of the blade we have the model number, and you can see the two finger choils here as well, guys. And screws used, Torx. The sheath is Sanrenmu's usual very nice high quality, I'm going to guess ABS maybe, sheath. We've got some jimping here and round the corner here, and a little bit of jimping just on the back there, so you could get a hold of it like that really. There's also a nice little drain hole in the bottom here, guys, which is useful, let the water out. And we've got this clip, we've all seen this before. You push a little tab down, rotate it round to where you want it. Very nice positive click there, clips on your belt. Nicely made, nice bit of material there, guys. And of course you can swap the mount either side, so you can have it left or right hand carry. Nice. And let's take a look at some dimensions then, and I measured these myself, guys. Overall length, you're looking at 215 millimeters. The blade length from about here somewhere, the longest part of the handle as it were, is 108 millimeters to the point. The blade thickness itself, and of course, you know, the tang, you're looking at 3.6 millimeters thick. Handle thickness, he said, being very careful of the sharp edge. There we go. The handle thickness of the G10 is 13.5 millimeters thick. Blade material is 8 CR14 MOV. Which, as I believe, is similar to AUS 8. Throwing it on the scales, the knife itself weighs in at 119 grams, or 4 1/4 ounces if you want to include the sheath. Let's do that. 7.5 ounces, or 214 grams. Another fixed blade knife from Sanrenmu, and what a beauty it is too. Bit of a tactical blade, I guess you could say. That's what I think that's what they've got it down as on the Sanrenmu website there, tactical. You've got two finger choils here, so you've got a choice of handling. We can hold it like this, use it like this. Reverse hold is quite comfortable too, guys. And we can choke up a little bit as well, so you can use it like this. There's a little, the end of the blade here is a little bit sharp, so you just got to watch your finger there. So I've just discovered, yeah, it's a little bit sharp, so you've got to watch out for that a little bit. But other than that, the handle is actually quite comfortable really when you look at it. There's no hot spots that I can feel on here. It's actually quite nice to hold. Yeah, very comfortable for my hand. I take about a sort of a 9.5 glove, large, extra large glove. So this is quite nice, as I say, even to hold it like this. The Chameleon's head here is designed to be used as a bottle opener, and we'll be having a look at that later on with Mrs. Rathbone. Okay, so what about this sheath then? Well, as you can see, fits in the sheath very securely indeed. You've got some jimping just here, so to get it out, I mean if you had it on a belt, you just give it a push and away out it comes. It's nice and secure fit, unless of course you give it a shove and off it comes. So just how secure is this scabbard here? Right, let's go ahead with the retention, see how good the retention is with the sheath. There's not much, if any, rattling goes on, and it's very secure as well, guys. Not about to come out at all by the looks of things. Yeah, pretty good. Alright then, let's see what it's like on the belt. Just level it up a bit, there we go. Right, so this is my 45mm wide tactical belt here. Clips over. And if I can get it on there, like, hang on. Okay then, so 10 minutes fiddling about later getting it on. It's on there good and proper. I've got a slight rearward cant to mine. You can have it how you want though, like so. As you can see, carries very nicely, doesn't print through at all. Very nice. How easy it is to get hold of the blade. Very easily, guys. Bring that out quite nicely. Get back in there without stabbing myself. There we go. As I say, we can you can carry it slightly forward if you wish. Very easy. Now, of course, you can carry it just as easily on the left-hand side as well, guys. Doesn't print through either. Very easy to deploy once again, and very comfortable to carry too. Alright then, so we've spoken already a little bit about the handling. You've got this little bit of jimping on the top of the blade here, so you can rest your thumb on there. I wouldn't say it was overly grippy. It's a little bit more grippy than the side of the blade here, but it's not really that deep. You can feel it, but it's not really doing a great deal, guys, to be honest with you. And as I say, we've got quite a nice reverse grip too. You can use it like so, use it like this. Just out of interest, Mrs. Rathbone thinks this would make quite a nice kitchen knife. Yeah, so I think what we better do now is, how about we get Bob the Bitzer bag in, see what he thinks of it all. Here we are. It's got some paper and some cardboard too, guys. So let's see how sharp this edge is. So we can knock a corner off this sheet of paper here. Yes, you can. Look at that. A very nice push cut. This is nicely sharp, I must admit. Nice little curly cuts off of it. So yeah, like it on the paper. Let's put it over there. Let's get this old bit of cardboard. I could do with a new bit of cardboard. I'll have to have a look around at work. Now that is effortless. Blimey, yeah. It's one of the better ones for chopping cardboard up, guys. Look at that. Effortless. Awesome. Over there we go. And then we dive in for 4 strands of cheapo rope. Get the blade in there. Shouldn't be any problem for it, I wouldn't have thought. And I'm right too, guys. Speaker style cable. Not too difficult. Blue 32020, that's 32 strands of 0.02 millimeters of copper in here, in this insulation. Yep, didn't mind that either. A teensy weensy bit of mule tape here, very kindly supplied by my friend Trader Joe. Thank you very much, Trader Joe. Yeah, this is interesting stuff to cut up, is this, because if the blade's not sharp it tends to slip off of it. So let's see what the Sanrenmu can do with it. Wow, straight through it. Look at that, guys. Brilliant. If there's room, let's chuck this out of the way for a moment. We'll get the chopping block. Here it is. Right, let's try the mule tape first. Little gentle rocking action. Straight through it. Can we just yep. Wow, look at that, guys. That's really really sharp, that is. How can I show you? Let's have a look. Look at that. Brilliant. Okay, cheapo rope. Yep. As we thought it might do. Well, that's some 3202. Yeah, there's no effort required there at all. Let's have a look at the old speaker style cable. Yep, just the same. So what about a little bit of pipe? Not got much pipe left at the moment, guys. What can we do with pipe then? Yep, a little bit of pinging around, sort of flattening it a little bit, but it certainly pings it, that's for sure. The guys at Sanrenmu certainly know how to sharpen a knife. Right ho then. Yeah, another very nice design of fixed blade knife from Sanrenmu. As you guys know, I like to get mine with a green handle. You can actually get this knife with a green handle if you like green handles like I do. The only thing is that when I asked for one from GearBest, this was the one they had that they could send me, otherwise I would have had a green one. But you know, a black handle does make a change every now and again, doesn't it? And it's a very nice handle too. That's really comfortable. You know, all the little cuts and machining going on in here. You'd think it might be a bit uncomfortable, but it actually isn't. Oh, I'll tell you what we'd best be doing. Let's hand this thing over to Mrs. Rathbone and see how she gets on opening a bottle. Now, I will just say at this point that Mrs. Rathbone is very strong-minded and has a mind of her own. I will just put this bit of video in here because this is how I would have chosen to open the bottle. As you can see, not difficult at all. But Mrs. Rathbone has a mind of her own and she doesn't listen very often. I did say to her, you know, you want to, oh, leave me alone, I'll do it. You're putting me off, now let me deal with it. So let's just roll that bit of footage in so you can see, guys.
This is Sanrenmu S721 from GearBest. Let's get the sheath off first. You've got to be careful not to cut yourself. Yeah, that was really easy.
Good.
As long as you don't jab yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I was going like that and it was sort of...
Oh yeah, it's a bit iffy.
Mm.
Better in the sheath, I'm thinking.
Well, no, it's alright, it's just as long as you're careful.
Mm-hmm. So as I say, before you go writing in saying, oh, she should have done it this way, well, that's the way I did, you know, suggest she did it, but, you know, using the sheath, but she's got a mind of her own, she's very strong-willed, and decided she was going to do it that way. You don't argue with Mrs. Rathbone, by the way. Okay then, guys, let's thank GearBest once again for sending this in for us to take a look at. They do send this sort of thing out at their own expense. It's very kind of them to do so. Thank you very much to GearBest. So, what do you think, guys? Are you thinking about getting one of these? Have I answered any questions for you? Do you like the design? I know I do. It's a really, really nice design. Very unusual. I don't know about combat or tactical style, like Sanrenmu have got it down as, but certainly chameleon, with this little chameleon head here, definitely. Yes, it's quite a nice design knife actually. It's a handles quite nicely, especially if you can pick it up. Yeah, it's quite good. Alright then, guys, well, don't forget you can subscribe to my channel. You can click like and you can share it with your friends because they might be interested in one of these too. There's also my Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram. You'll have seen that down there as well. Google Plus. If you wish to support the channel, please do so by going along to my Patreon page. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, not a bad looking blade again. I like this. I'm trying to get a hold of Sanrenmu. Got a brand new karambit, so I shall be trying to get a hold of one of those next. See what we can do with that. That looks a very interesting knife. It's actually one of the nicer karambits I've seen for a while. Alright guys, well thanks for popping over. I do hope you'll come around again, and I will catch you back here at Rathbone Manor in the very near future then. Bye!
Oh,